to train the trainers here. So, all right. Okay, guys. So officially we want to celebrate all of you guys. We just to kind of let you know, we did back down and we didn't tell you guys because we wanted you to work super duper hard up until the very last minute. You know, the requirements are 14. And since this was the very first time we're doing this in our pilot group, we agreed that we would let you get in at 10. So that's great. And those that went over, that's awesome. But just know that going forward, it's always going to be 14. There's not going to be the option. So but I didn't want to put a Debbie Downer on there, but I did want to congratulate everybody because I know you all worked really hard and just jumping in, not really knowing what was going on and taking the time just to do all the things. And, you know, we just wanted to make sure that y'all know that we recognized your hard work and might have like let other things in your life go, like laundry or the house or cooking supper to get these bookings, but it will definitely pay off. I'm where I'm supposed to be, right? I think I might need my glasses. Let me get my light over here so I can see. So I'm really excited to talk with you about recruiting. Guys, it is my jam. It is what I'm super excited about, but I'm not going to be the only one talking, but I'm going to take the first portion of this. So let's go ahead and get to it. Okay. Y'all ready? Y'all ready to talk about recruiting? You want to recruit with those new kits? Did everybody see all the new kits?
Mm-hmm.
Some of us that went to conference got to see it in advance. So Pampered Chef is just making this really easy for us. But anyway, so do you remember your booking notebook that you had, right? Or booking document or whatever? Now we want to make sure that if you are using like one notebook that has extra, what do I call that? Like, not pockets, but sections. That's the word. You can use the same booking notebook and recruiting notebook. Just make sure you've got it sectioned off. If you like to have two notebooks, that's fine. If you like to use the spreadsheet, like the Google document that I put out there or the Google sheet that I put out there, just have a tab that says recruiting. Just make it be something that it is always at your fingertips. You don't want to have a cute little notebook and put it on your shelf. And the reason why we want to do this is because you need to track everyone that you're talking to about the business, and that includes your host. So even though you've got them maybe on your booking, if you're talking to, and you will be talking to your host, their name needs to be on the recruiting. So you're going to write down everybody that you talked to about the business, what their response was. If they were cold or if they were warm or a hot lead for the future. So, and I just want to let you know, cold leads can be hot within the same day. So just kind of let you know that it is very possible. So let's talk about why we recruit. Okay. So why should you recruit? Do you want to know the answer? So here are the top 5 reasons. So it is the fastest path for you to achieve your goals and your dreams. Okay. Hopefully you have already made like a vision board or a dream board or something like that. Recruiting is going to get you there faster. And you will hear this over and over again. I got to plug in for Judy Joel. Recruiting fixes everything. That is the truth. Recruiting fixes everything. You can have everything you want by helping others get what they want. That is a quote, Zig Ziglar, right? That's a Zig Ziglar, isn't it? Mm-hmm. And definitely true. We rise by lifting others. Alone, we can do so little, but together we can do so much. Now, think of a football team. It's not one person out there. It's not the quarterback that's winning the ball games. It's everybody on the team. Number 2, we want to enrich more lives. If you are mission driven, there is no doubt that you can have a greater impact if you build a team of others. Okay. So enrich more lives. So number 3, this is a fun one. And this is why everybody gets into Pampered Chef mostly. Earn more money. Do you want to earn a little bit more money or a lot more money? Not only does your commission grow, but your ability to earn fast track rewards if you're in your still fast track period as a recruiter offers limitless bonus potential. Number 4, personal and professional development. You're going to be building leadership skills. You're going to be building your confidence levels and a community, a thriving tribe, for those of you that know what I'm talking about. Number 5, receive recognition amongst your peers. Promote before national conference, guys, and you will be recognized among the entire company. Now that is bragging rights and instant credibility for your business. We had a team member walk across stage this past, what month it was, conference, July, as a fast track director. It was very exciting. All right, so those 5 things. All right, so many times people say they're bad at recruiting. But what we have found most of the time, it's not being bad at recruiting, but being not the best at asking everybody. So you're not a bad recruiter. You just may not be the best at asking questions. Okay. And that's where we're going to help you. That's what this is all about. Okay. So here's going to teach you a little bit about that. So you want to offer the opportunity to every host at least, well, Pampered Chef says 5 times, but Cheryl says 6, and Cheryl swears by 6. And we'll get into that. But 5, why? Because the likelihood of them saying yes increases significantly, and that is a very true statement. At the 5 asks. Think about how many times you're messaging people. The first couple of times they may not respond. Maybe that 3rd time they respond. It's no different when you're asking them about the business. And it's not going to be like you're pushy or anything. We've got charts for you guys. So number 2, personally connect with your rock star guests. Rock star guests are the people who are active in the party. I always say they've got a heartbeat. They may not be the loudest, but they're curious about things and they're commenting or they're liking or they're loving. Maybe they're sharing their own insight and asking questions and purchasing. Okay. Personally reach out to these rock stars and start a casual conversation that allows you to get to know more about them. And it leads you into a recruiting discussion. Okay. This is a perfect opportunity to invite them to an opportunity meeting to learn more. Recruiting is relationship building. So Donna's going to go over some examples. And Donna, you want to take it away?
Okay. Yes. So like in the party, if you've got some rock star guests that are participating and commenting and engaging, reach out to them and message them and say, hey, you were such a rock star and Jamie's Pampered Chef party. You stood out to me and I could tell you were super engaged and excited. Have you ever thought about doing something like Pampered Chef before? I feel you'd be great at it. And then any of the responses, you can screenshot them to your upline if you're not sure what to say to them, or just, go ahead and screenshot them so we can give you some different ideas on what to say to them and help guide you through the next conversation on what to say. And then second, a lot of times we do like question and answer games during the party. And you never know who is just trying to get extra tickets or if they're truly interested. So send them a message and ask, hey, you've asked some great questions about Pampered Chef and Jamie's Pampered Chef party. Have you ever thought about doing something like this to earn some extra income before? And then you can always screenshot so we can help you with what conversation to guide you to say. And also during the party, make sure you're sharing your story and connect with your guests and let them know why you started this business and why you're loving it. Now, if you're not sure how to do your story, here's like an example. You just sort of fill in the blanks. I never thought I would see myself doing something like this because blank. I have a college degree, or I love my job, or I just never saw myself up there doing that. Just fill in the blank. When I was invited to learn more about the opportunity, I was curious to see what Pampered Chef could do for our family. After finally learning more and taking the leap, I actually found that, and you can fill in the blank, but you could say the support was amazing, or I met some great friends, or I just started doing really good. And I'm so happy I did, because I am now living a comfortable life, not worrying about money or bills. You can fill in the blanks how you want it. I invite you to learn more about the opportunity, just like I did, by checking out our website. You may be surprised how easy it is just to try, just like I was. To learn more, check out this page, and then give them the link to your Be a Consultant website link. Just, if y'all don't know how to do that, you can check with your director if you want to know exactly your link right to your website, Be a Consultant. And then, of course, follow up with potential recruits. Fortune is in the follow-up. Be sure to reach out to those you invited to an opportunity event before, as a reminder. And, Pampered Chef does those opportunity events twice a month. And, we every once in a while do them. We probably need to do more than we do. But, and then after that, see what they thought. And for those that are still not ready to take the leap, add them to your list and continue to check in with them. And think about recruiting like a dance. It's not a one-way conversation, and you're not trying to convince them to sign up. You're trying to inform them and help guide their decision. Key things to remember when offering solutions to concern: validate, offer solutions, follow up questions. That's 3 different things: validate, offer solutions, follow up, questions. The way I do this is feel, felt, found, and then follow up with another question. So how you feel, how they feel, how you felt, and what you found. At the end of this call, we'll share a document in our call to action that will help you with that dance. When talking to potential team members, make sure you read over that document thoroughly and refer back to it when you need it. And now we're going to go to the call of action, and Kelly's going to lead that up.
Yep. Okay. So, my son might be yelling in the background. He's playing Xbox. So it's, oh my gosh. I came to the basement thinking this was going to be a safe place today. Okay. So our call to action for this week, which we will meet again next Monday night at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time that's for the next 3 weeks after tonight. Okay. And so number 1 call to action, and Cheryl will post all this information in our group message when we're done here. So make and track all recruiting contacts in your recruiting notebook, making at least 10 contacts per day. So do the same thing that you're doing for booking, but doing it in your recruiting portion now. You are going to also, number 2, create a list of 25 or more names for each category and start making contacts from there. So we're going to give you a document in the call to action called List of People to Ask. And there's going to be several different categories there. And I know 25 in each category sounds like, what? Like, that sounds insane. And when you see the document, you're going to say, what? Like, really? 25 in each category? But the idea of it is you're basically making yourself like a rolling recruiting lead list. Okay. And this will be something that I'm sure that you'll be able to go back to over and over and over again. So it's just a really good place to get you started. So watch for that one in that document or in the message from Cheryl. Then you're going to write down your people in 4 categories. I'm going to show you a graphic. Let me see if I can share my screen. Okay. I got to make this a little bit bigger here. Okay, so this, can you guys all see that? So we'll be sharing these graphics with you as well, but these are going to be your 4 categories that you're going to write down people in these categories. And I'm sure you're going to be pulling from that other list that I was talking about, from that list of people to ask, the list of people to just ask. Okay. So this is kind of a visual for you on that, what it's going to be like. Then number 4 is going to be review the feel, felt, found document. So this one, we gave you a overcoming objections for bookings. We will be giving you an overcoming objections for recruiting. So let me just share one with you really quickly, just to kind of give you an example. So has anybody ever heard of the feel, felt, found, or is that the first time you heard when you heard Donna say it? Anybody? You can just say yes or no. Okay, so using feel, felt, found is a way to respond to people's concerns, because of course, you know, they get like stressed out about things and they're already like thinking in their head, like, I could never do this. I mean, so you always want to acknowledge and validate their concern by understanding how they feel. Then you want to relate to them by how you or someone you know felt in a similar manner. And then next, you want to share that you found what you found to be helpful, giving their concern. And then you can finally ask them a question about overcoming their fear. So it might sound something like this. Here's a really good one that we probably hear a lot is, I'm too busy or I don't have time to do this business. So this is how you could respond with the feel, felt, found method. I totally understand how you feel. When I was thinking about trying Pampered Chef, I was nervous since I worked a full-time job and have 3 kids. I found that our team has such amazing support to do the parties easily, and running one just takes minutes a day from your phone. If time weren't a factor, what else might interest you about trying it? The free products, extra income, or flexibility? So does that kind of help you guys understand? Give you an example. And there's lots of examples in that document. You could, you know, basically use those same words. So that is kind of how you're going to do that with those objections, the feel, felt, found method. And then number 5, and some of you may have listened to this already. It's been something that gets talked about quite a bit from home office, but we want you to listen to the recruiting training called Recruiting from the Heart. Has anybody listened to it before? I have several times. It's very good. So make sure you listen to that. It really gives you a different perspective and makes you really think about, you know, what are we offering people? You know, it's really, you know, one of the things that I like to think about a lot when it comes to recruiting is, what do you want this business to do for you? And that's kind of what you know, kind of that's what this reminds me of, is the Recruiting from the Heart is that. Okay, so that was number 5. So we'll share the link for you to be able to listen to that. Number 6, write down 3 takeaways and be prepared to share next week. Ask every host 5 times, or like Cheryl says, 6. And then send out rockstar messages for recruiting, which the rockstar messages, that is in here as well. Are you going to cut and paste that out, Cheryl? Yeah, she'll cut and paste that out as well. Okay. And then we will share these couple of images for you as well. Hold on a second here and see if is it going to let me share it? Maybe not. Hold on here. So there is some images. I thought I had it up here, but now I got to scroll back down to it really quick here. All right. So I showed you, can you guys see this? Can everybody see that? I can't see you guys right now.
No, not yet. We can't see it.
You can't see it? Okay. Hold
No.
on here. Hold on. Okay. Okay, here we go. All right. So this is kind of what Donna was talking about, like the validation, the overcoming objections, and answering the questions. So it's kind of like you have to think of it like a sandwich. Okay. So we'll share this image with you. And this is something that this visual will kind of help you with that too. Then here is a different variation of one maybe you haven't seen that you've seen before about asking your host 5 times. So this one's kind of a little bit in depth with some words along with this one. This is the one I've seen the most over the years. This is the one that I always share with my team, is this red one. So the blue one was a little bit new to me. And then of course, these 4 sections. So we'll share all those graphics with you as well. Okay. So do we need to open it up for some questions now? Is that what we want to do, Cheryl?
That's fine. Well,
Okay.
and I'll just say this really quick. When I say ask 6 times, I just want to clarify this. That 6th time is after their party has closed and I'm setting up their friend's party. So from their party, I've got bookings. And when their friend's party, when I'm getting ready to set it up, I will reach back out to my past host and go, hey, I just wanted to let you know that I'm kicking off Susie's party. And I wanted to ask you again, are you sure it's not too late for you to say yes? I'm going to run this party anyway. Do you want to give the business a try and I'll run it for you and, blah, 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 blah. And guys, that works. I mean, once they say no at the end of their party, they, go turn around and make sure that you ask them. And then maybe you've got 2 or 3 bookings and make sure that you let them know that, like, oh, okay, so maybe you're going to set up, John's party. And I didn't want to keep using girl names. So like, maybe you're going to set up John's party and you can go back to that host and go like, I know you weren't ready when, we were having Julie's party, but John's got a party going on. I just wanted to make sure, to reach back out to you. Until they say, never ask me again, they stay on your list. So yes, now questions for this whole thing. Y'all are quiet. Are y'all ready to start recruiting? Y'all can, if y'all want to talk, you got to come off mute.
Should I unmute everybody? Should I be that person? Can I unmute everybody? Ask.
I don't know. I think you would have to because you're.
I think you have to.
I don't know.
Ask.
Well, I'll just ask, is everybody comfortable recruiting? I mean, this is important. It's a very important step you can't promote. Okay, let me tell you this. You can promote organically, meaning people just sign up under you. It may take you a few years. So, because it's going to be really hard for you to promote to director or advanced director and all that happen organically, because it's really, honestly, it doesn't work that way at all. So are you comfortable recruiting? Because if you're, we don't want you going into this and going, because we definitely can help you with this.
And the biggest thing that I tell my team all the time is you have to get it in your head right now that recruiting is just having a conversation with somebody. It's just a conversation. It could lead to amazing things or it could lead to nothing. But when it's all said and done, it's just a conversation. So don't be afraid to start the conversation. And then if you get stuck with how to answer them, you screenshot it and you send it to your director and we will help you with the words. So it's not that, and we talk about a lot. I think Shannon may have heard me say this before. She's only been on our team for a couple of months, but I talk a lot about like, if you go to a restaurant and a waitress, you order a plate of fries and the waitress asks you when she brings you the plate, do you want French or do you want ketchup? Are you going to get mad at her for asking you for her asking you if you wanted ketchup? No, you're not going to get mad at her. So nobody's going to get mad at you for asking them. You know what I mean? So that's where it's like, if you can just like think of it like that and think of it just as a conversation, it goes much easier when you think about it like that. Sometimes recruiting is a big word because you feel like you're recruiting for like these big, these big companies and stuff. And it's just, start with the people for sure that you see posting pictures on Facebook of the food they made this week. And, your hosts, start with those people. You'll see the list and it'll be a lot easier to like start to think of people. Who here on the call has recruits? I know Samantha does.
I have one.
Yeah.
You have one? Okay. Okay. Shannon does not have anybody yet. So she's smack dab out of her 90 days. So.
Yep. I'm just out of my 90 days.
Yep. And she got her next set.
Yay! Well, fast track to AD because it's possible. So I just want to ask this one question. And I do want you guys to answer. So you don't want me to call on you. What is the one thing that scares you about recruiting? Let's just go there. And I'm gonna let you guys, me, Kelly, and Donna are not gonna answer. So who wants to answer that question first?
I still feel like I don't know what I'm doing. So I don't know how to lead somebody else.
You don't have to.
Okay.
That's the thing, is you don't have to. That's what I'm here for.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
So Shannon, write that down because when we get into the message group, I want you to like put that in there too, because that way we want to know where you're scared. And because you may find people in here that have felt that way and they can respond to you, because we can say one thing, but maybe John may have felt that way at one time and he can tell you, kind of like the feel felt count.
Mm-hmm.
So all right, so Shannon doesn't feel like she knows enough to be able to kind of recruit somebody. Okay, who's next?
I'll go. I just am now feeling really comfortable getting the bookings. And so it's like, okay, I feel like I'm getting that down. So now I'm kind of ready to try to branch out.
Okay. Baby steps. I love that.
Yeah.
I love that. Like, I'm ready. Okay. All right. Who wants to go next?
I guess I will. I feel I'm afraid of being pushy about it. Like, how far can I go before they say, don't ask me again? Especially because I'm very direct and have no tact. So I'm really looking forward to the words to use so I don't come across that way.
Okay. Can I give you a suggestion?
Mm-hmm.
I said it a little earlier. So the one question I want you guys, I'd love for you guys to all write this down because I learned this actually within the last year on one of our North American leader calls. And the consultant that shared it with us, and it just like, I've always thought to myself, what can Pampered Chef do for them and what can they do for Pampered Chef? But she even took it a step farther and she said, what do you want this business to do for you? What do you want this business to do for you? Because that's really going to make them think and dig a little bit and be like, well, I guess I do have my student, you know what I mean? Like it can be anything, but it might make them think a little bit. And when I was in my first, I think it was lead probably, program through home office, field development manager, Kathy Cocazella shared with us, and it just sticks with me all the time. Whenever somebody says pushy is when you make it about you. So if you're not making it about you, you're not going to come off as pushy. And that's where I said, like, the waitress is, you're not going to get mad at the waitress for asking if you want ketchup, because it's not, that was about you. She wanted to know if you wanted ketchup. You know what I mean? Like, it's not like, I need to have 6 people on my team this month, so will you join my team? That's making it about you. Mm-hmm. So pushy is when you make it about you. If you're taking the you out of it, that's when things are going to start to change and things will turn around with your recruiting.
And you'll feel more comfortable the more you do it. you'll tweak yourself. You know, there's so many words that are there. But when you are making it a conversation, there's no words. So because all conversations are going to be different. And so, but yeah, exactly what Kelly said, when you are, because when we were in lead, we had to recruit. We had to recruit, and it was a little harder. But the longer we were in it, it really started becoming very comfortable.
Yeah.
And it was a program, lead is a program that's very strict, similar to this. This is just not home office bound. And in order to graduate, we had to meet certain criteria, kind of like this. And my business completely changed. My mindset completely changed. So baby steps is how you're going to get there. So, all right. Well, just don't forget, Kathy, because we definitely want you to put that in the message chat too. So we'll probably throw out one of us will pop a thing up that says, you know, put one of the things that you're scared about. So, and then under that, we'll let you follow with what you're saying tonight. So John, Samantha, which one of you guys want to go next?
I guess I will. For me, it's kind of a little bit of a mixture of all three. Definitely the words. Definitely don't feel like I can lead people, especially with my schedule. I guess when you boil it down, it's my schedule. I'm awake while everyone else is asleep. So.
And that's okay, because you're not the only person in Pampered Chef that's ever had a schedule like that before. You're not. So.
Your leader, your recruiter, your director works nights too. So yes. She has got a super crazy schedule. And the good thing is, Pampered Chef, you can start Pampered Chef without anybody. And you can be successful without anybody, because Pampered Chef, they didn't have it 23 years ago, but it's all right in front of you. It's all on your phone. It's either on, your computer. So all of the things are there. So just keep that in mind. There is 24-hour support to where you are not the one that has to be supportive the whole time. Anybody can find anything out at any time. So just kind of remember that. So,
and that's why we have like team pages and stuff like that. Cause not everybody like in my team is a lot of them, the majority of them have full-time jobs, but there's a few of us that are home. So I always just say, if you can't get a hold of me or you can't get a hold of so-and-so, throw it on the team page, and then somebody will respond to you and we'll get you an answer. Like it happens. And I always think back to, I've been doing this for 21 years and my director lived 45 minutes away. And in order for me to get trained, if we didn't do it over the phone, I would go to my monthly team meetings an hour before they started so we could train together before. And I think about that now, and it's like, I've got 6 people on a Zoom call and it's like a crazy world. So you guys are living in a dream world, believe it or not. You are living in a dream world. So
absolutely.
So
you're next, Samantha.
Sorry, I was eating dinner. Okay. I'm fairly comfortable recruiting. I have recruited several. I think I've got 6 that I have recruited so far. Sorry, the TV is very loud. So going forward, my plan is, of course, to ask more. Because I find that I don't personally ask as often as I should. I'm getting better about it. I'm getting more comfortable with it. And honestly, the feedback that I've gotten from asking kind of drives that forward momentum with recruiting, because I realize that people do not get mad at you for asking. In fact, some of them will thank you for thinking of them. And so it kind of really drives home that, this is not a bad thing. This is not a bad thing. That if you do make it about you and try to pressure them, then yeah, that is a bad thing. But if you just ask and ask and ask, and if it's no, they're going to tell you no, but you asking and offering and giving them information is definitely might change some minds, or might, a lot of the time, especially like I found just hosting parties, people don't realize what goes into it. So
yeah,
they're scared of it, and they don't have the full information. And that's basically I found is where we come in. We provide the information and let them do with it what they will. But it's our job to make sure they get the information. And that's basically what recruiting is. Pretty much providing them the information that they need to make their own choice. And so when you look at it that way, it makes it a whole lot easier. And I'm finding that it is getting easier every day to ask.
Yeah.
So that's kind of where I'm at now. Did I miss anything else that I was supposed to answer?
Well, just what you might be scared about. Yeah, that was the question. But no, it was great what you said. Was there anything that, you know, we just kind of direct was asking, like, what is one thing that you might be afraid of or scared of that you're concerned about?
I am kind of scared of being pushy, just because I don't want to be seen as that kind of person. And I'm kind of a standoffish, like, I really am one of those that likes to take the first no. I'm like, oh, okay, good, no problem, we'll move on. But I know that that's not going to get me anywhere. And I know that it took more than one ask for me to join. So and it may be that maybe not right now. Maybe they'll be in another party and I can ask again. And maybe their circumstances changed. And so, yeah, I don't want to be pushy. That's what I'm most scared about in recruiting. And having, you know, more experience doing it more, having more experience with it definitely helps, I guess, approach it in a better way to where you don't seem so pushy.
Yeah. And a good, if you will, like a cop-out thing to say is, you know, I wouldn't be doing my job if I didn't ask.
Well, so and I've said that a couple of times.
Yeah, that's a good one.
I wouldn't be offering you everything that Pampered Chef has to offer if I did not offer you the job.
If I didn't at least ask. So, you know, I love the way you participated in this party, and I wouldn't be doing my job if I didn't ask you if you've ever thought about doing something like this. So, yeah.
I just want to tell you guys something really quick, because I know that we've had like three of you, as a matter of fact, said something about feeling pushy. I just want to share with you something really quick that happened to me over the last few days. I had a host that was, you know, doing a party, and I just asked her, you know, of course I asked her about the business, and it was like, her answer was like, I'm really so sorry. I don't have extra time for that. I barely have time to keep checking on the post, and I'm not even working right now. After school starts, I'm swamped. Thanks. And so, but then, guys, there's another message. You know, I said, of course, give it a try. And listen to this one. It was, I seriously do not have time for another thing. Seriously, but thank you. She was very nice. It wasn't like she was, you know, not nice, but, you know, you're hearing she is like adamant about no, right? Are you hearing that? I seriously do not have time for another thing. Seriously, but thank you. I teach full time plus helping with after school unified sports and have a daughter at home. And now I'll be a grandma too. It might be something like when I retire, but, you know, blah, 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 blah. And anyway, so I did what we call the winter post, and we realized that not ever, anyway, it's a thing. We can get that to you. But I had about 4 parties booked from hers. So I went back to her and said, you know, asking her, actually I asked her if she wanted to pencil a party in. Look, I asked her if she wanted to pencil a party in. You know, you book your host, when you close your host party out, you know, you're supposed to book them from their party. Y'all know that, right? They get an additional host reward at their party. She says, I don't mind doing one a year. I actually have a person I go through already. I only did this party to help a friend out. So she's already told me no about the business twice. Then to find out she has a Pampered Chef consultant, but booked a party with me to help her friend out. Okay. So she's really like, no. And I told her, like, you know, I have this many parties booked from you. And she's like, seriously? And I told her if she only just wanted to do these few parties, take all the stuff that she gets as a new consultant, she can walk away with everything. And guess what happened last night, friends?
She joined.
She joined.
Oh, wow. That's
How
awesome.
many of you would have turned around and walked away from that?
I probably would have, because she had another consultant.
Well, the only reason I missed, and I thought about it,
Yeah.
but I thought,
you
I'm
talked
not
it out
doing my
though.
job because she had 4 bookings. I'm not doing my job. If she has another consultant, she shouldn't have had a party with me.
Correct.
But she was very adamant about not doing it. She was, and I was even nervous to ask her again. I thought, I don't care. I'm asking her again. It's my job. I'm offering the host kit credit. That is our job, to offer that host kit credit. If you're not offering the host kit credit, you are not giving your host their host rewards, and you are not doing your job, my friends. And I told her about her bookings. That's why I never submit a party until I get all their bookings secured. And I go back to her and say, or him, and say, hey, you've got all these bookings. Are you sure? And let them know. Dun, dun, dun. And I also let them know I'm not trying to recruit somebody to stay with me for the rest of their life. I'm trying to recruit somebody to give Pampered Chef a taste. Did your mom sit you at the table and want you to try green beans? She's not asking you to eat green beans for the rest of your life. I know my mom wouldn't. It took me 50 years before I tried my first green bean. Unfortunately, she was not around to see it, but she just wanted me to try it. And that's all we're asking people to do, is try the business. They need to know. They don't realize they can walk away from it.
Mm-hmm.
So
you don't have to marry it, just date it for a little bit.
Just date it. Just date it. Take it to dinner a couple of times.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
But sorry, I just wanted to share that because you're going to go into asking, and I wanted you to hear how hard that no was to me. And I was like, eh. But I thought, nope, no, I'm not doing my job. And so, and you know, I'm a big recruiter, and if things stump me, I know they're going to stump you guys. So I just wanted to, this is how you push through, and you're, you know, and nothing I said was about me. I was letting her know she's getting these rewards. She can get, I don't remember. I told her she could get $400 worth of products for free. She ended up taking the ultimate kit. So she got $1,100 for $189. I mean, who doesn't want that, you know,
and then on top of it, she got the ultimate kit.
She got the ultimate kit because she said, can I give some of these products to my daughter? I said, they're yours. Do whatever you want to with them. And so I said, you know, so she was happy. I mean, I'm helping her with her parties, and I'm not expecting her to stay on forever, but what if she does? What if she gets into this? Denise, I worked full-time. Denise worked full-time. Kelly worked full-time. I mean, you know, we started this business working full-time. We've not been, you know.
I actually did it. I actually did.
Oh.
No.
Oh, you didn't? Oh, I thought you did.
No, okay. Never worked full-time.
Oh, sorry. I did.
No, that's okay.
So.
I've always had like a kind of a part-time job with it, though.
Oh, okay. I just thought you was at the school for a time. Okay. But yeah, so but anyway, sorry, I didn't mean to take up time saying that. I just thought it was important because it happened. And I text Donna, I was like super excited about it. I was like, oh my gosh, check this out. This no is a yes. So
yep. You just never know until somebody tells you, you know, think of the whole no, not now, or no, not ever. And if they're telling you no, not ever, then of course take them off your list. But if they're just saying no, not now, I've had people on our team I've been having parties with for 15 years and they've joined the team now. You know what I mean? And just, they'll say, Kelly's been asking me forever. And I finally caved.
Yeah, Samantha's the same way, right? I mean, but I will say, get familiar, do a little homework, get familiar with the new kits, get familiar with the value of the kits, and think and look at the people, look at those kits, and look what people are commenting on in your parties. Make note of that. Really and look, I mean, if you're seeing these, you know, just that's one thing I do, like bar pan. Who wants a bar pan, you know, and whatever else. I don't even know what are in the kits. But look at the kits, study the kits, become very familiar with them, and really understand the kit credit. That is big. Anyway, go ahead, Kelly. Sorry.
I was just going to say, this image and marketing imagery to me is everything.
Yes.
it gives them a real sneak peek of everything that's available to them right now if they join. So I always keep this one like on my phone every month because I can go back to it really quickly and be like, yes, in your first, you know, because now even, you know, fast tracks have changed now. So I hope everybody is aware of that. Fast track, the prize levels are different now. So brownie pan is in your first $500, you know, and it's broke up different. So make sure that you know what's going on too, because you don't want to be telling them they're going to get in a whipped cream maker and they're not, you know, so yeah.
So glad we're not doing a whipped cream maker. I'm like, the egg cooker was the bomb, but the whipped cream maker, I'm like, yeah, I don't use the whipped cream maker ever.
Oh, I love that whipped cream maker. Use it all the time.
I scramble my eggs when my grandbabies are here because it's the best thing, but I don't eat whipped cream. So
love whipped cream.
I do love it, but I'm not.
What was I just gonna say?
Donna's going to sleep. It's dark. It's really dark in Alabama.
I was gonna say something else, but I can't think of what it was now.
You know, that's better. I hope to be in my new office soon, but all right, guys, we're really looking forward, really, honestly, we're really, really looking forward to this. Now, do you understand why those bookings were so important? Because it's going to put you in front of a lot of people. If you do not have a good show schedule, you can recruit, but it is hard because the recruiting with the host is much more comfortable and a little bit more natural. And you all know when they say no to recruiting, what is the next thing if they say no to joining your team, what is the next thing you're going to offer them?
A party.
To host a party.
Yes. Okay. So that recruit may not happen, but add that booking to your calendar. So.
Okay. Anybody else have anything? Otherwise, we can get you off of here. And throw us things in the group this week, okay? When you're stuck on something.
Don't be quiet in the group. Really, you know, get in there and like, if you've got something that happened, let's celebrate. If you've got something you're stuck on, let us help because we don't know. And you may have a question that, you know, maybe Shannon, I don't know you, I'm going to pick on you. So Kathy may have a question and Shannon may have the same question. And, you know, Shannon may be a little nervous to ask because she's the newest of the team. And, you know, so pop that question in there, pop that solution in there, because that can help everybody. You know, if you got a question about it, pop it there. Don't ask your recruiter because you'll be helping somebody else and it'll help us answer 5 questions or 6 questions instead of, you know, doing that back and forth. So Velvet's barking. So. All right. Okay, guys. Well, thank you.
Okay. Thanks you guys so much.
Thanks. Looking forward to it.
Yep. Sounds good.
Us too. Bye.
Bye, everybody.